Namaskar and a very good morning. Welcome to the audio cast from Kotak Securities. I'm your host and guide, Anindya Banerjee. What you saw yesterday and what you're seeing today in the Asian financial markets is a typical risk-off. Typical risk-off में होता क्या है? Equities get thrashed, commodities fall, US bond prices rise or the yields fall, and the dollar gets bid. That's exactly what is happening now. Why it's happening? There are a couple of reasons for it. पहला, the US economic data has continued to deteriorate. जैसे कल the US jobless claims rose to the highest level since Jan 2002. So it means more and more people are filing for unemployment insurance. ऐसे एक तरफ वो है, दूसरी तरफ the Chinese economic data है, that has begun to deteriorate as well. So this whole case which has been built last year that the Chinese post-COVID recovery is going to be super strong, is going to be inflationary, ये global growth के लिए fantastic होगा. That has happened, but as far as inflation is concerned, that has not happened. But at least being supportive for the global growth has happened. But now that momentum is fizzling out. So maybe we could see some kind of a policy action in China, but till that is happening, the data is now pointing that the Chinese economic momentum is slowing down. तीसरा, US debt ceiling. Now, what is the exact date जिसके बाद the US can literally default on its debt? That is not clear because there's some of the US lawmakers are saying it could be first week of June. Some others are saying it could be extended even up till August. So anywhere between June and August, the drama peaks. Maybe looking at that, it can be said that possibly if there is no deal by the time we close May, the panic could grip the markets in a big way. ये situation हम लोगों ने देखा था in 2011 जब US was downgraded because of this debt ceiling drama. And we saw a big fall in the global equity markets and a rise in the US dollar. Now, whether there is a repeat this time around, we have to see after 12 years. But that is something we have to watch. But as I said, there is time anywhere between June से August के बीच, the timeline is being told that उसके बाद US could be in problem as far as servicing its debt is concerned. So we'll keep you posted on this. Because of all these things, this risk-off theme keeps coming back from time to time in the financial markets. Now, interestingly, जो हम लोग इतने दिन से बता रहे थे कि US dollar index 100.7 के नीचे ब्रेक ही नहीं कर पा रहा है. Last 14 month का low है. And repeatedly, every time it has come close to 101 or just below 101, it has bounced. और इस बार भी वही हुआ और अभी 102 के आसपास ये ट्रेड कर रहा है. So it looks like US dollar index may have formed a bottom, a formidable bottom around 101 or just उसके नीचे, which means that USDINR 2 may have formed a bottom around 8160. And दोनों का price action मतलब चार्ट को अगर हम लोग देखें, it is quite similar in structure. So अगर US dollar index is able to build on this momentum and move higher, let's say towards 104 or 105, then we could see the USDINR as well move towards 83 levels, 82, 85, 83 जो इसका major एक resistance है. So now the question comes how to play USDINR. देखिए positional trade आपको करना है, तो then what you can do is that you can keep buying the dips, but your stop loss will be 8160. 8160 के नीचे जाके ये close हो रहा है, exit all your longs and go for short because then it's going to be a breakdown and most likely that's not going to happen in isolation. That a similar down move will also transpire in the US dollar index. So 8160 के नीचे is your hard stop on positional longs. So positional trader है तो you can look to buy the pullbacks. Let's say 82 के नीचे spot आता है, you can look to buy. Your stop loss will be below 8160. ये positional के लिए. अगर आपको शॉर्ट टर्म ट्रेडिंग करना है जैसे आज इंट्राडे के लिए, जनरली फ्राइडे सेकंड हाफ वी टेंड टू सी अ सेलिंग इन द USDINR because of the weekend effect, but that's not always the case. If there is a risk off in the world, then of course that pattern will be so overwhelming कि ये जो एक weekly pattern है that may not play out, but generally that's the case. अगर global market का sentiment अच्छा रहता है तो USDINR tends to see selling during this second half on Friday. But आज global sentiment is bad, तो हो सकता है वो selling ना आए. So what is the way forward? आज के लिए it's a buy on dips. 82 in our opinion, 81, 95, 82 is a very strong support level. 82.13 के आसपास अगर open होता है spot reference, so look to buy. Stop रहेगा 81. In fact 82 के नीचे, अगर 82 के नीचे sustain हो रहा है, then you exit your longs. Just a pullback is not enough. अगर वो sustain हो रहा है, अगर आपको कोई प्राइस ट्रिगर रखना है तो 81, 95 के नीचे. अदरवाइज इफ यू वांट टू जस्ट वेट एंड सी, होल्ड द पोजीशन एंड सी वेदर इट्स सस्टेनिंग, तो फिर 82. सो 82 के नीचे सस्टेन हो रहा है, यू एग्जिट योर लॉन्ग्स. अदरवाइज बाय द डिप्स एंड टारगेट रहेगा 82.25, 82.30 आज के लिए. अगर नेक्स्ट वीक में 82.30 क्रॉस करता है, देन वी कुड लुक एट अ मूव टुवर्ड्स 82.60, 65 लेवल्स. But for the day 82.25, 82.30 अगर वहां तक जा पाए, it's fantastic because the intraday ranges are still very shallow in USDINR. That is the biggest problem. But अगर ये range expansion होता है, we could see a big move because there is a lot of shorts from the option sellers, and we could see a lot of short covering coming in from the traders who have sold call options. क्रॉस करेंसीज में यूरो INR कैन सी फर्दर डाउनसाइड प्रेशर, क्योंकि बिकॉज ऑफ द हैवीनेस इन द यूरो डॉलर it can see further downside pressure. So falling euro dollar will exert a downward pressure, क्योंकि USDINR में उतना heavy upward momentum तो है नहीं, and until unless that comes in, weak euro dollar would be enough to drag down the euro INR. Same case for GBP dollar. कल Bank of England hiked rates by 25 basis point, but their economic outlook was not that rosy. They said that we are not expecting a recession and inflation is going to be much higher than previously expected. But basically they were painting a picture of stagflation, extreme stagflation. And usi karan Bank of England is going to hike rates, but reluctantly so. Matlab the pace will be slower. They're not going to increase the pace, because they understand when there is this deep stagflation in the economy, economy gets ravaged multiple ways. एक तरफ high inflation के कारण consumers get hit, businesses take a hit, और दूसरे तरफ because of the rising interest rates, that hurts the economy and the businesses as well. So it is not a easy choice for Bank of England. That is what is hurting the pound, क्योंकि traders ने काफी long position build up कर चुका था, expecting the Bank of England to improve their outlook on growth and sound more upbeat on inflation, and that's exactly what happened. So there is a profit taking. So GBP/INR 2, after a very big run towards almost 104, can see more downside pressure. So that's it, folks. This is Anindya Banerjee signing off. Have a fantastic day ahead.